What's up, everyone? Welcome back. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to get Pikachu Libre in Go Battle League. So let's get into it. Alright, so before I want to start, I just want to give a huge shout out to all my subscribers again, and a shout out to my friend Kyle who hooked me up with that Gengar little light there back there. I'm gonna turn off all the lights so you guys can actually see it. 1 second. So you can see there, pretty sweet. He got it for me in Pokemon Center in Japan, so thank you again, Kyle, for that. It is awesome. I love it. So, anyways, lights back on. Alright, so now for a lot of you that are trying to get Pikachu Libre in Season 1 of Go Battle League, it's going to be tough. You need to get to level 10 in the first season, I believe, to get it. And so getting to level 10 might be kind of difficult, but if you're kind of getting close and you think that you could get there with just a little bit of help, I'm going to show you how to really utilize the switch tray to win a lot more matches and just get those switches in much faster so that you can beat more opponents and get that Pikachu Libre, because I am stoked for it. I know a lot of you guys are too, but you might be feeling like you might not be able to get to there. So don't give up. Just practice what I'm about to show you in this video. I think you're going to like it a lot, and you're going to see yourself winning a lot more matches. So let's just get into it. I got about 5 or 6 different examples I'm going to show you. Just showing you how to use the switch tray the best way possible. The switch tray button is actually the most important button in PvP, if you think about it, because tapping is easy. Anyone can tap the screen to do quick moves. You know, tapping the charge moves is pretty straightforward. There's some little nuances there, but like the switch tray button is the one you really want to get good at, because it's going to help you get out of dangerous situations and it's going to help you win a lot more matches. So let's just get into the clips and see how you can use it to get those fast switches. So the first example you're going to run into is in the very beginning of the match when you win the lead. So what I mean by winning the lead is you have a Pokemon that's starting out that's a very hard counter to their Pokemon, and they are most likely going to be switching out as soon as the match starts. So what you need to do, and I'm going to press play on the clip here, is once the match starts, you're going to start tapping to do your quick moves, but also get the switch tray up while you're doing your quick moves so that you can have it ready to go when your opponent switches, so that you can switch right away. So that's the point. And with Go Battle League, you do want to kind of wait till you see what Pokemon they bring out or listen for it, because you don't want to make a bad switch and switch into the wrong Pokemon. So I just like to look to make sure I know what's coming out, but I get the switch tray open right away. All right, example 2. Same part of the battle, but this time you lose the lead. So here I have Venusaur versus Altaria, and you need to switch right away. So press that button and get out of there as fast as you can. You will get better at that with practice. So just keep doing that when you do Go Battle League. If you see yourself like a Venusaur and you're running into a Skarmory or an Altaria or a Fire type or something like that, just practice on switching right away. All right, so the third example is going to be when just you're in the middle of a match and your opponent just randomly switches out. You want to be really paying attention to that, and as soon as you see the animation where the Pokemon's going out, you want to hit that switch tray button just in case it's a Pokemon that you need to, counter switch with something else. Because, if you wait too long, they're going to get an energy advantage, they're going to get a lot of quick moves in on you, and if you're too slow to switch, you could put yourself in a bad situation. So let's have a look at this match. We have Articuno versus Charizard. This is not a great matchup, but because Charizard is not very bulky, it is a match that you could stay in if you want, not to give up switch advantage, meaning if you switch first, you kind of put yourself at a disadvantage. So if you want to kind of maintain switch advantage, you can stay in this matchup. So I'm using Icy Wind, and if they don't shield, you most likely could win this match. You might have to double shield though, which is what I do here, because I'm hoping to knock out this Charizard so that I can get the last switch. But it looks like he beat me to the Blast Burn. Oh no, Charizard or Dragon Claw. So he didn't get to Blast Burn, which actually allowed us to knock it out. And so now we have Swampert, and I'm going to throw another Icy Wind, which is a pretty good move to throw against a Swampert, especially if it doesn't have any shields. Takes a nice little chunk, lowers their attack. And so at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and take this hit. And so now I'm coming in with my own Swampert. And here he switches, and so I switch right away because I know Venusaur is horrible, so I just switch into literally any other Pokemon. Whatever I have in the tray in the back, I need to switch to. So you're just trying to switch like trying to get good at reacting quickly. When you see them switching, know that they're probably going to be putting something in that's going to hurt you. So just kind of out of reaction, out of habit, just get that switch tray up and switch into that Pokemon as fast as you can. Next example. All right, so this fifth example is more of an audio example. And what I mean by that is if you're playing with the sound on, which I highly recommend you do, sometimes the Pokemon will be coming in and well, actually all the time, you'll hear the quick moves coming at you before the Pokemon does. And so by playing with your sound on, I prefer to kind of turn the music off most times. Sometimes I forget, but I like to play with the sound on all the time. Because when they come in with a Pokemon that's dangerous, you want to be listening out for that. Because if you don't hear it and you wait too long to see it, it could have got 2, even maybe 3 quick moves in against you, which could do a lot of damage. And so you want to get out as fast as possible. So here we have Swampert versus the Lucario here. It's going to come around halfway into this battle, the example I'm talking about, and I'll stop and rewind it to show you. But I'm gonna go ahead and just let this one. I'm gonna shield the Shadow Ball. That was a really good shield there, actually. And we're gonna go ahead and go for the Hydro Cannon to see if we can knock this out, and we do. Okay, now ready? Cresselia. Let's see if when it comes in. I think it's towards the end of this match, actually. So I'm gonna throw another Hydro Cannon, and it still has a shield, and so let's see what happens. Okay, we got a Hydro Cannon coming again. Let's see if it shields. No, okay, so I try to switch there. Sometimes it's a little clunky, it doesn't work. Sometimes I do that just to see what Pokemon I have if I forget. And we're going to go in with Giratina because we super effective against the Psychic. And then the Togekiss comes in. Now watch how fast I switched. And I'm going to rewind that, and I want you guys to listen very carefully. I want you to listen very carefully for the audio. Okay, so let's go back here. Giratina. Okay. Now I'm going to play it in regular speed now. Just listen, if it helps, close your eyes, but listen for the charm sound to come before you see the Togekiss. Alright, did you hear it? Okay, so because I heard that, and I was expecting it kind of, I heard the noise, I know what charm sounds like, I knew to switch right away because the dragons take very, very super effective damage from charm, and so you got to get out of there as soon as possible. When you hear that noise, and you have a dragon in there, or a fighter, or something that's weak to charm, get out, okay? So, there you go. That's the one where you really need to be paying attention with your ears, so that you make the quick switch. Alright, last example. Alright, so the last example is when you are about to throw in a Pokemon in, let's say you just fainted. You're going to throw in a Pokemon that you know is super effective against your opponent's Pokemon, therefore, they're going to switch, and so as soon as you throw it in, press that switch tray button, and get it up because you know they're going to switch, and as soon as they do, then you can switch. So you're kind of anticipating your opponent to switch, and so you're going to see that in this match here. Shout out to Jimma Banks. I was practicing against him. I believe this was for Rose Cup, and I did exactly this thing I wanted to talk to you about. So you'll see it in the middle, towards the end of the match here. So right now we're just doing Gliscor versus Probopass. And I'm just kind of trying to spam Night Slash. If you're lucky, you'll get a boost with that one where it raises your attack. And when that happens, that's awesome. But doesn't always, not very likely to happen. Okay, so Medicham is in. I have Clefable, and you see how fast I put the tray up? And I switched right away. So let's rewind that real quick to see what happened. So I'm going to rewind it here. Now, once the Medicham knocks me out, I'm going to pause. Now, here my switch tray window is open. Now, obviously, I don't want to go Probopass. I want to go Clefable. Now, when I go Clefable, it's super effective against Medicham, so if my opponent is really good, he's going to switch out right away to avoid taking those damages from Charm. But since I know he's going to do that, I'm going to anticipate that by getting my switch tray up as soon as I throw the Pokemon in, and then I'm going to switch as soon as he switches. Okay, so let's just play it at normal speed so you can see how it works. Okay, so I put in Clefable, and then switch tray comes up right away, and then as soon as he switches, I switch, and then there's really nothing he can do there because now he's switch locked against my Probopass. I can throw Rock Slides against the Golbat, which is super effective, and then we can take this match. Now I'm gonna go ahead and not shield this because I know Metacham's going to come in and finish me off, and I want to save that shield for my Clefable just in case I need it. But I'm in a pretty good spot here. I might not need it anyways. Now here, the Metacham will finish me off with counters, and I'm okay with that because I have Clefable in the back, which will finish off this Metacham. So I was able to actually get a Magnet Bomb, and actually Jinma knew at this point that the match was over, so he still shielded anyways, but he's a good sport and finished the match. And yeah, so the Psychic actually does quite a bit of damage, so he actually wasn't as in a bad situation as it looked, but the Clefable was going to finish him off anyways. So alright, so that was the last example, and we're just going to leave it at that. So, to summarize, you have, when you win the lead, you want to get that switch tray up right away as soon as the match starts. Keep tapping the quick move, just in case they don't switch, because sometimes your opponent doesn't know any better and they won't switch. In that case, you need to stay in and keep doing damage. But get that switch tray up just in case. Second example, when you lose the lead, get out as fast as you can. Third example is when you're just in the middle of a match and you see your opponent do a swap, you see that animation where like the guy's throwing the ball, you just kind of want to get out of a habit just to press the switch tray button just in case you do need to switch. So that one more comes with practice. The fourth example was when you are listening and you hear a Pokemon coming in and you hear the noise of the quick move before it comes in and you want to switch right away, so that's another very, very important one to learn. And then the final example is when you throw in a Pokemon you know is super effective and you know they're going to switch, so you get the switch tray up right away to just counter switch when they switch. Alright, I said switch a lot in this video, but that is what the video is about. So if you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope this video helped you to win a lot more battles. Please comment below if this is helping you. I want to know. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.